Today is a very special day. It's the Inviting Vines Tour, and I'm with Linda Butler. So Linda, where are we for the tour this year?
We are at Kinsey Fair, a garden that is about 3 acres in size and about 30 years old outside of Estacada.
And you know what's cool? You have a little bit different tour this year. You just come to one site this year and everything is happening here.
Right. Usually we have several private gardens open, usually 5 or 6, plus the Clematis Collection. We'll have volunteers there, and we do have volunteers there today. But we had the opportunity this year to show people a garden that hasn't been open since 2010.
Oh, fun.
And even then it was open only for a private tour.
And so the Inviting Vine Tour, before we go on, what does all the monies go to? It's a wonderful collection.
The Inviting Vines is one of the fundraisers that we do to support the Rogerson Clematis Collection, which is located at the Rogerson Clematis Garden, which is at Luscher Farm, outside of Lake Oswego.
Yeah, it's a wonderful collection. If you haven't been there, you have to do that today too.
Yes,
that's really wonderful.
Yeah. And Garden Time has been there in the past, so you can look through the archives and see filming out there.
And so a little bit of the history, this has been in one family for a long time.
Right. The original farm came down through several generations to Millie Kiggins, and one day a woman named Penny Vogel and her husband Bill came to Millie and said, "We'd like to rent your cottage." So they moved in there, and it went from being a farm slowly and insidiously as Penny began gardening.
Oh.
And Millie has unfortunately now passed away, and Penny has moved into the big house where Millie's parents used to live, and the garden has spread around the cottage, around Millie's house, around the big house. And what's really wonderful is that Penny's daughter Lisa got into gardening, and now Matthew, the grandson, lives here. So we've got 3 generations that people will be able to meet when they come out.
It is so beautiful. I mean, you have to come in, make sure you wear really comfy shoes because you're walking all cool paths, but so much to see. And right now we're in the secret garden.
Yes, we're in the secret garden where the original pond was. You sort of have to know how to get here. But we have docents on hand, including Penny and her granddaughter, who will walk you around, and some very good old friends of the garden will be here. And up by Penny's house, I'll be doing 3 classes today about different topics within growing clematis in the garden.
Oh, nice.
But really this garden is about how to grow clematis with all kinds of other plants, and you'll see things mature, and you'll also see the brand new part of the garden that just got planted this year.
And that is so cool because, like, if you want to really change your garden, it's really something to come see because it was just a lawn last fall.
Yeah.
And in that short time, it is a beautiful garden, the beautiful start of a garden too.
Yeah. And then there are, when you come out here, you'll see all of the different structures that Millie built over the years, from little birdhouses to a big, what used to be called the sales pavilion, now it's the shade house. And so you really can see the evolution of the garden and the personality of each person who's come into contact with this garden too.
Yeah, and bring your camera because there's so many ideas to take home. I love all the ideas of how to stake clematis, how to display them, how to have them in different kind of settings. That's really helpful for a home gardener.
Yeah, how to add them to a garden that already exists.
Linda, this is just one of the gardens, so tell us about another one.
Okay, we're in the secret garden. If people come out, they can wander the pathways and go back to the chapel that Millie built as a tribute to the grandparents that established the farm originally. There is a grove of Himalayan birch trees that is Penny's Serenity Garden. There is the sales pavilion garden and the clematis that are growing all over that structure. I could just go on and on and on. There's a shade walk. There's the paths around everywhere.
Every corner.
There's something to see.
Yes, really, there's just too much to mention. You have to come out and see it. And so how can we get tickets to come out today?
The information about the garden is all at RogersonClematisCollection.org. They can come out here and get tickets on site. They can get tickets if they go to Luscher Farm first, to that garden, the Rogerson Clematis Garden. They can get tickets there. Both Portland Nursery locations, all the Owls locations, the Dennis's 7Ds locations, Garden Fever. If you're out in Scappoose, go to Joy Creek Nursery, buy your ticket, and drive on over.
Oh. There is just so much to see out here. You have to come out. If you need any more information, need to know where you get tickets or directions, please go to gardentime.tv and we'll get you all of that. Thank you so much for today.
You are welcome.